Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah from Glitchmaker, and today I'm going to be showing you my Crystron adventure deck that I've used recently. And then I will be going over some changes I'm probably going to make for this format. But let's get into the deck profile first. 3 Crystron Smyger, 3 Tristalos, 3 Salvador, 2 Sylphefnir, 1 Thistvern, 1 Sittree, 3 Inclusion, 1 Cluster, 3 Water Enchantress of the Temple, 3 Griffin Rider, 3 Rite of Aramasir, 1 Fateful Adventure, 1 Dracoback the Rideable Dragon, 3 Tidal Dragon Ruler of Waterfalls, we'll talk about this card in a bit, 1 Foolish Burial, 2 Super Polymerization, 3 Forbidden Droplet, I will talk about why I'm on Board Breakers in a bit, 2 Droll, 2 Fuelos, 3 Ash, 3 Imperm, 1 Called By, 1 Cross Out Designator. For the extra deck, we have 2 Elasceletus, 1 Queriongdrax, 1 Amatrix, 1 Clockwork Knight, 1 SP Little Knight, 2 FA Dawn Dragster, 1 Samurai Destroyer, 1 Coral Dragon, I will get to this in a bit, 1 Navy Dragon Mech, I will get to this in a bit, 1 Cyber Dragon Nova, 1 Cyber Dragon Infinity, 1 Garura, Wings of Resonant Life, 1 Mud Dragon of the Swamp. Obviously, this is a graveyard reliant deck, as you can probably tell by like the Foolish Burial and the Board Breakers. Most of this deck's best effects occur in the graveyard. So there are some cards you just want to have in the graveyard, and some effects that can activate in hand can also activate in grave. So they are also not bad discards either. Which is why I am running the Adventure Engine. It's a discard outlet that sets up an Omni Negate. And you may be wondering why I'm not on Horus or Cash or something like that. The reason I'm not on Horus or Cash is because they're expensive. They are some pretty pricey engines, and I don't want to spend the money on them. And you may be wondering why I'm not on Millennium. It pays 4,000 life to do almost the same thing as Horus. It is not worth it with TCG time rules. Obviously, it has benefits that are very real compared to the Horus engine. The issue is TCG time rules suck. And with the current time rules, which may or may not change after Worlds, Millennium will absolutely lose you in time. If you go for Millennium in time, you are losing because you are paying 4,000 life. You are not making that up. Which is, so I went with the Adventure Engine. And also, I could have played Azaminia. I just didn't want to get the Azaminia stuff. Plus, I already had most of the Adventure stuff anyway. Shoutouts to the Marinsa server for getting me the last couple pieces that I needed. Very cool of them. But I've been having a lot of fun with this engine, and I do think it is a very solid engine, and I do think playing at least in the Adventure Engine is better than playing Crystron Pure. Now, Idle specifically, I was on the Terratop package. I decided to cut the Terratop package, and you may be wondering why. It is because the Terratop package loses to Droll slightly harder. And I didn't want to play an engine that loses to Droll even harder, because you only need 1 search in this deck. If you don't have the card that you want to search, and you get Drolled before you search that 1 card, you are a little bit screwed unless you open Extension. and Droll kind of makes it a bit more annoying to do some things. But the other reason I was on Tidal is it's a discard outlet. It allows you to pitch itself and a water to Foolish 1. So if you pitch it and let's say a Smiger, you can bend the Enchantress, and then you can do your Adventure Engine and Crystron Engine. You functionally have 9 starters for your Adventure Engine as long as you open another water in your hand. You have even more starters for the Crystron Engine, assuming you open another water in your hand. And that's why I am maxing out on Water Enchantress in 47. I was initially only playing 2 of her, but Tidal makes me want to open more waters. And the water count is fairly decent. We have, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 total waters in 47. That is enough of a ratio for you to see the Tidal and another water consistently enough. Now for the board breakers, I just like playing board breakers in this deck. I think this deck is already so incredibly strong going first that you don't need to play just a bunch of hand traps. I think playing just a bunch of hand traps is the wrong option, actually. I think this deck works best if you are playing some board breakers. Obviously not all board breakers, but just a few of them. Just enough to see them consistently enough to shoot through boards going second even better than this deck already does. The Adventure Engine, it's forcing out stuff. The Crystron Engine, it's forcing out stuff. And then you have the board breakers that are going to eat the board. On top of that, you have hand traps. This deck is very good playing into hand traps and playing into boards. And that's why I like playing the board breakers. Also, board breakers are just generally pretty solid right now because of Yummy. Obviously, Justice Hunter's format just started, but board breakers very solid into Yummy, especially Super Poly. Coral Dragon. Sometimes you just need to summon a Tristalos and sync it off with the Adventure token, and Coral Dragon is your best option. It's a discard outlet going second, and it draws you a free card if it goes to the graveyard while it was synchro summoned. Navy Dragon Mech over Vermilion Dragon Mech. This was a last minute include before I went to my last locals, and it came up. In fact, I feel as if it wasn't the deciding factor, but it was a deciding factor. If you want to know how I make it on the opponent's turn, it is Tristalos and an Adventure token, and the Tristalos summons a Smiger from deck. That's 9 stars worth of material. That's making Navy Dragon Mech. If you order your chains correctly, on the opponent's turn, you can finagle a situation where, because the opponent has the turn priority, they are going to have to use their effect as Chainlink 1. And then you can use Navy Dragon Mech as Chainlink 2, targeting the card your opponent just activated. You'll negate its effects, and it is very weird and does require a lot of thought put into it. You have to know when to activate the Tristalos. You have to know how the chains are going to work. But I did it did come up. I did successfully pull it off. And it did feel very rewarding that not only I did that, but also the fact that I made the correct call in playing this over Vermilion. I never once made Vermilion in a state where it mattered. Navy Dragon Mech has actually mattered, and it mattered way more than the Vermilion. And then 2 Dawn Dragster, you may think it's weird that I'm on 2 of this. Some people just play 2 of it. I'm on 2 of it because sorry about my phone buzzing. I'm on 2 of it because of A, Kashtira Unicorn, B, I just like having the second one. Sometimes I just want to make the second one. I just feel like it. And you may be wondering why I'm on 3 Tristalos and I'm not playing Paris Turtle or Rosenix. It's just because if I wanted to play another Crystron monster, I just preferred having the 3rd Tristalos. Paris Turtle and Rosenix have come up so little for me in testing that I'm like, I'd just rather have the 3rd Tristalos as like a failed safe. So if I like open it and something goes horribly wrong, I can just normal summon it and either pass turn or use it to extend my plays. And so that's the philosophy behind 3 of this. And the SP Little Knight is specifically a meta call. I don't think everyone plays SP Little Knight in this deck, but I play it for specifically this format. I wasn't initially on her, I do not think, but I threw her in because right now, with Yummy's current support, if you, for some reason, banish every single copy of their field spell that gives the attack buff, they don't have a convincing way to push lethal. They don't have a convincing way to even beat over an Ash Blossom. I think like the biggest monster they can make convincingly is like 1600. It trades for Little Knight at best. So that's why I'm on her. If I target the field spell, banish it, and if that's their only copy, that's sort of just game. They can't really do much after that unless they're on a side engine. So this is my Crystron Adventure list. Oh yeah, and one last change I'm probably going to end up making. Droll is seeing less play now. I'm probably going to move Droll to the side deck and go down to 45. But that is my Crystron Adventurer list. I hope you found it interesting. I hope you found my specific build interesting. I hope this helps you construct your own decks in the future. There will likely be more Crystron related content in the future. What it will be, I am not telling you because I'm in the lab cooking. So have fun with that knowledge. So I'm Noah from Glitchmaker. I will see you guys next time.